I'm so excited to be here today.
Do you know what we're doing today, Joe?
I have no idea, but I'm so excited I wore an extra diaper today.
Moving on, Metal Gear Solid.
Absolute classic, boys. This one completely slaps in every department. Big, expansive 3D environments with cool stealth mechanics, not to mention super cool inventive gameplay, which even today is impressive. GOAT tier to me.
Yeah, fair enough, Obama, and that boss battle with Psycho Mantis was a lot of fun.
Agreed, I would play this with Rudy Giuliani over a Trump steak or two.
Castlevania, Symphony of Night, this was a heck of a game.
Yep, this showed that 2D games could still be incredible, and it was a joy to explore that sprawling castle.
Not much to add here. Fantastic game with loads of cool abilities, a terrific soundtrack and beautiful graphics. Great game.
Are you all right, Joe?
I have no idea where I am, but I'm pumped on Adderall and coffee, so I should be able to stay awake a little longer if I eat a couple of Twinkies.
Medal of Honor. This was a great game and the closest I got to real-life combat after I lied my way out of Vietnam.
Yep, those bone spurs must have been real painful, Donald. Anyway, great first-person shooter that spawned several decent sequels.
Oh yes, amazing game with great sound effects and fast-paced action. Just a very nice game, I'd say.
Right, Final Fantasy VII, a great game, no doubt. Epic production values for the time and terrific pre-rendered backgrounds coupled with exhilarating gameplay that was a joy to behold.
I wasn't a massive fan of the game and the series in general, so don't dunk on me in the comments.
Well, I loved it. A real dramatic powerhouse with some outstanding gameplay. I would agree with Donald, it's a great game.
Yep, there were so many good games on the PlayStation 1, believe me.
Another great game is Resident Evil 2. It was amazing to go around Raccoon City blasting zombies in the head and just taking in the whole survival horror atmosphere.
I thought it was pretty scary, so I'd sometimes have to take a cold shower to regain my nerves. But I loved the game.
I think it was good, but okay, we'll go great. Tremendous game design and some truly scary moments that made my toupee fall off a couple times, let me tell you. Moving on to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, an extreme sports fan's dream.
Great big expansive stages with a huge interactive environment that you could spend hours on.
I wasn't massively into it. I'd say it was okay, but you boys like it, so I have no issue with that.
South Park Chef's Love Shack was absolute garbage. It's an insult to even put it on this list amongst all these awesome games.
I loved it. It has to be in GOAT tier at least.
Not going to happen, Joe. Donald is right. It's complete garbage, and God knows what they were thinking.
Moving quickly on from that disaster, we have Tekken 3, which I absolutely love, a great fighting game. Better than any of the Street Fighter games, in my opinion.
Yep, solid gameplay, loads of cool characters, special moves, and just a blast in general. I'd sometimes copy the moves in the mirror in just my underwear, and I accidentally let a fart slip once.
No arguments from me. This was a great fighting game. Not that the genre is a particular favorite of mine.
Now we got the original Resident Evil. Great game. This is getting predictable now. The PlayStation 1 was just a beast and kept on banging out classics constantly, unlike today where we see a lot more garbage.
The games of yesteryear certainly had their charm, Donald. I agree, great game and the first installment of a series that is still going strong today.
And I like the movies.
Well, we're not here to discuss the movies, Sleepy Joe, so focus, will you?
Final Fantasy IX is another amazing game in this series. It looks a bit dated looking back, but the gameplay was gripping, and I remember being up all hours playing this.
Good game as you'd expect with Final Fantasy. Great enemies and monsters and a bunch of secrets to discover.
I'd say it was just good, so sue me. This is my list. What are you going to do? Anyways, Gran Turismo 2. Well, I am a fantastic driver, maybe one of the best drivers ever, and I could easily have been a pro racing driver.
Focus on the list, Donald. We don't care. Great driving sim, loads of tracks, and even more cars. This game was just unbelievable.
This game just confused me, and I enjoyed it more driving the wrong way around the track.
Crash Racing, this was good. I used to play this with Eric and Junior when they were young. Great memories.
It was pretty cool and not a million miles away from being as good as Mario Kart, in my opinion.
Yeah, decent game, loads of cool tracks, and I like the production values and the art style in particular.
The Fifth Element, did anyone play this? I never played it.
Oh, was this the movie tie-in? Absolute garbage. I hated this.
Yeah, terrible game. I got this for Christmas. Sorry, Michelle, but it was so poor it barely deserves speaking about.
Spyro Year of the Dragon was another great game.
Not really my thing, and I'll make no apologies.
I thought it was really good. Great graphics and characters and an enormous environment to play around in.
Silent Hill. Now this is going in GOAT tier, my friends. I absolutely love this game. A chilling survival horror, psychologically absorbing, and just insanely good all round.
I've never heard of it. How can a hill be silent?
I'll second that, Donald. I love Resident Evil, but I think I just prefer the Silent Hill universe. Hope we don't start too many arguments with those comments.
What about The Legend of Dragoon? I never played this.
It was okay, not one of my favorites. Some good graphics and interesting characters, but not really for me.
I thought it was just okay too. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but we're here to make the tough decisions.
Valkyrie profile. I loved the art style and thought this was a good game.
Pretty tough game to start out with, but amazing gameplay, sound, and characters. And I thought this was pretty great.
I never played this one, but I ought to pick a copy up from eBay when I next get the chance.
I'm getting pretty hungry now. I hope there isn't too long to go now, but anyway, we have Wipeout 3. It was okay. It felt like an F-Zero clone to me, but it did have pretty cool music and good graphics for the time. Okay, I'll be fair and say it was good.
Yeah, I'm just not a massive fan of these types of games.
Good racer, awesome graphics, and it was quite a hard game, which might have put a few people off.
Tenchu Stealth Assassins? This was one heck of a crazy game. Awesome stealth mechanics in the ninja world.
And just to think this game almost didn't make it to the West. That would have been criminal.
Yeah, I love the stealth gameplay and the way you could plan how you approach the level. I appreciate it was a little bit more slow-paced.
A bit like your brain then. Okay, folks, well, this is the end of part 1. We have trouble keeping Sleepy Joe awake for longer than 5 minutes, but we'd be happy to make a sequel. Let us know in the comments and we'll see what we can do, believe me. See you soon, everybody.
Maybe next time we should do a Final Fantasy tier list.
I really hope the people watching have liked and subscribed to the video.
Obama, you didn't mention they have to hit the notification bell, so whenever Comedy Danks uploads a new video, they can be the first to watch it. It's true. Ring that bell, people.